ride, little trail shakedown. Bike's dead cold. I rode it 3 or 4 hours ago, but there's nothing going on. You can grab that pipe. Nothing's hot in here. This will be a dead cold start. It's got 3/4 of a tank of fuel, should be good. Gonna head out into the trails, get a little bit of a scenario of how that thing's gonna work out with the counterbalanced bottom end. This thing is very smooth, like KTM counterbalanced 250, 300 kind of smooth that way. Power wise, obviously we've gone ahead and done the porting work to the cylinder and head chamber modifications, my reeds, the Huga pipe, things like that. Everything's kind of set on kill, but it's very easy to ride, and obviously it's a lot of fun. So give me a sec, we'll get her lit up and warm here. That section there was all closed off until last week. Hasn't been open for 2 years. that's the hillside. That's pretty decent. I really like that thing through there. This bike hasn't been a favorite of mine because we have this hill climbing setup suspension on here still. This had been set aside and was just kind of extension only setup. Only pull it out with a paddle tire or a Terraflex, which is what I have on the back of it right now as well. But this is not what it's been meant for, was the trail. So it's aggressive on the fork rate, and the rear spring is massive, but it's doing pretty good. Stop the camera just to make sure that we have the clip not failed or something. Fire up and head back through the same road. Call for third gear there, but I'm making this video this morning thinking the thing should dry down a little out here, but it's only been 5 Celsius, so not getting much action on the drying. Leaves are slick, whatever, just ride the gear tall. Somewhere here we had a little hill climb. Glass is full of wire. That is excellent. Just predictable. Power-wise, it's right on, but you don't have that spring rate change. You guys probably know what I'm talking about. Like if you're sitting there on your 500 in the garage and you're standing beside it, and you give it a rapid throttle, you'll see that bike squat because it's actually harmonically changing the rear spring. The same thing's happening when you're riding, but you don't feel that. most of my videos, I'm riding a bike that's got a Recluse Z-Start in it. We'll have more tungstens in it, and actually all tungstens and a different spring setup, but this one's full manual still. I do prefer the auto clutch for a lot of conditions like what we're finding here, where you're having to roll off the throttle for roots and things like that. I've got a click and a tendon where it jumps off of one knuckle to the other in my left hand about halfway through the lever pull, so I like to get away from having to do that and just use that Z-Start, the auto clutch. But engine braking and everything else on here, it's not like you have a lot of crank mass added or anything else with the counterbalancer. You don't have an inertia to it. There's no run on in the corner. I would notice more of like a Moose flywheel weight or something added to a stock motor than what I have noticed with this counterbalancer here. This is not affecting that at all. But the suspension acting, because of not having that harmonic in the spring, that's the neatest thing. Like, I've rode this bike probably 20 years we've had it, and you find the thing squat when you pick up the throttle, and then once you start going, you're already compressing that spring probably half of what it's going to travel, so it is rough and it doesn't hook, whatever. Now it's just hook and go, and it's nice.